Okay, so picture this. You're craving those incredible mountain views.
Right.
But you also want some culture, some history, and, oh, let's be real, some amazing food.
Sounds familiar.
Well, get ready, because today we're diving deep into the Italian Dolomites.
The
A place that checks all those boxes and then some.
You hit the nail on the head. It's not your average mountain range. You get rugged beauty and the sophisticated charm, all with that, well, Italian flair. One day you could be hiking through these incredible landscapes, and the next you're having a gourmet meal. Michelin star, even.
See, that's what I'm talking about. So for this deep dive, we're going to map out the perfect 15-day trip, your first trip to this UNESCO World Heritage Site. Insider tips, hidden gems, and just enough practical advice so you have a trip you won't forget.
We'll go day by day, showing you the must-sees, the best trails, and of course, where to eat. Think of us as your Dolomites Sherpas.
Love it. Okay, so you've just landed. You're ready to go. Days 1 and 2. You're in Bolzano, the capital of South Tyrol. Now, I know what you're thinking. Isn't that a city? But trust me, this is not your ordinary city.
No, not at all. Bolzano is where you really see Italian passion meets that Austrian precision. It's a blend of cultures. You can see it, taste it, feel it. You can be walking through these medieval squares, Walter Square, all bustling, and then you stumble upon the South Tyrolean Archaeological Museum. Bam! History going back centuries.
So you've got that walking through time feeling, but with, like, amazing espresso and pastries everywhere. And don't forget to look up, because perched high above the city, you have these dramatic castles, Castel Roncolo and Castel Firmiano. Instagram-worthy, for sure.
Oh, totally. But they're more than just a pretty picture, right? You get these panoramic views that'll blow you away. Imagine you're standing there, looking out over Bolzano, the Dolomites rising up in the distance. Like a movie.
All right, you've sold me on Bolzano. Now, days 3 and 4, we're off to Cortina d'Ampezzo, the Pearl of the Dolomites, they call it. But isn't it known for being a little, well, fancy?
It does have a reputation for elegance, yes. I mean, it's hosted the Winter Olympics.
Yeah.
But that's what makes it so special, right? You can be strolling through chic streets, grab a gelato, feel the energy of that Olympic stadium, and then bam, you're on your way, hiking to the Trecime di Lavaredo.
Wait, the Trecime di Lavaredo, those are the 3 dramatic peaks you see in every photo of the Dolomites, right?
You know it. They're practically the symbol of the region. And that hike, it's a must-do. Challenging, yes, but the views from the top, breathtaking. And if you're not up for a big climb, there's always the scenic drive. The views are incredible no matter how you get there.
All right, so we've had some history to touch of glamour. Now it's time for those legendary landscapes. Days 5 and 6. Welcome to Alta Badia, basically one giant postcard.
One giant, beautiful postcard. Alta Badia is about getting lost in the heart of the Dolomites. Hiking and biking through the Finnsons Prague's Nature Park, a UNESCO World Heritage Site, no less, and the biodiversity there is just incredible.
And here there are some charming villages tucked away in those mountains. Tell me more.
Oh, you'll love them. Villages like Corvara and La Villa, like stepping into a fairy tale, perfect for slowing down, taking it all in, and enjoying some, you guessed it, delicious local food.
Speaking of picturesque, our next stop takes us to Val Gardena on days 7 and 8. A valley with not 1, not 2, but 3 charming towns, Ortisi, St. Ulrich, and St. Christina. Spoilt for choice.
Each town is unique, but they all have that backdrop of towering peaks and lush valleys. The architecture, it's so traditional, and it just blends right into the scenery. And oh, the food. Hearty Tyrolean dishes, Italian classics, all made with fresh local ingredients.
My stomach is rumbling already.
Okay.
Okay, so in Val Gardena, do I hike to the Sacita and Alpe di Susi, known for incredible views and wildflowers, or do I take the cable car up for a more relaxed panoramic experience?
That's the beauty of the Dolomites. You have options. The hike is rewarding. The cable car is effortless. It depends what you're feeling, how much energy you have.
I loved it. It's a choose-your-own-adventure, but for nature lovers. Okay, we're on days 9 and 10 now. I'm sensing a day trip coming on.
You got it. First step, Lake Braies. Picture this. An emerald green lake, so still it reflects the mountains like a mirror. Mesmerizing.
Okay, you had me at emerald green. What can I do there?
You can hike around the lake, take a boat ride, or just find a peaceful spot to relax, enjoy the views, snap a photo. You'll be surrounded by towering peaks, forests, and that unbelievable water.
Sounds like the perfect mix of relaxation and adventure. But wait, there's more, right? After Lake Braies, we're going to
Nearby Dalbiaco. It's a nice change of pace. Cobblestone streets, charming shops, the historic center is perfect for a stroll. And then, just a short distance away, you get another amazing view of the Trecime di Lavaredo.
It's like those peaks are following us on our journey. So we've got charming towns, iconic peaks, a stunning lake. What's next?
Days 11 and 12. Get ready for a walk on the wild side. We're going to Sesto, the gateway to the Sesto Dolomites Nature Park.
Walk on the wild side, I like it. What makes this part of the Dolomites unique?
Here's where you see that raw, untamed beauty. Jagged peaks, thick forests, hidden waterfalls, and trails that will challenge even the most experienced hikers.
Intrigued. Tell me about what we can explore in the park.
Well, there's the Fiscalina Valley, like something out of a fairy tale. Meadows full of wildflowers, cascading waterfalls, and secluded spots where you can truly disconnect.
So it's not all rugged and challenging. There's a softer side to this wild side.
Absolutely. Perfect for those who want to experience the Dolomites without the strenuous hikes. Wander through meadows, follow the sound of the water, discover hidden places that feel like they belong in a storybook.
This is what I love about the Dolomites. Choose your own adventure for nature lovers. You can have challenging hikes, easy strolls, breathtaking views.
And even from Fiscalina Valley, you get another amazing view of those three peaks of Lavaredo. They seem to follow you everywhere, always offering a new perspective, like guardians watching over the Reger.
It's like they're saying, we're not done with you yet. There's more to see.
Exactly. And speaking of seeing more, on days 13 and 14, we head back to Bolzano.
Bolzano. Time to revisit some favorites, discover some new ones, and most importantly, indulge in that food scene you were talking about.
This is your chance to savor the culinary side of the Dolomites. Bolzano, it's a foodie paradise. Italian and Austrian influences all come together.
Give me some examples. What are some must-tries?
Oh, you have to try the local dumplings. Noodle in German, canederli in Italian, hearty, full of flavor, and come in all sorts of styles. Savory, sweet, you name it. And then there's polenta, a classic creamy cornmeal dish, often served with cheese, mushrooms, or game meat. And for dessert, apple strudel, no question.
I better pack my stretchy pants for this trip. But what about those looking for something a little more, let's say, refined?
Bolzano has that too. Michelin-starred restaurants, innovative takes on traditional dishes, all fresh, local ingredients.
See, rustic charm and sophisticated elegance. Love it. But I have to ask, after all that delicious food and adventure, how do we even think about leaving?
Well, on day 15, it's time to bid farewell. You'll be leaving from Bolzano Airport, but you'll be leaving with a heart full of memories, and maybe a little long to come back.
I have a feeling our listeners will feel that too. But before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, what's one piece of advice you'd give to someone planning their first Dolomites trip?
Pack for all kinds of weather. Mountain weather is unpredictable, so layers are key. Comfortable shoes are a must too, no matter what you're planning on doing.
Solid advice. Okay, we've covered 2 weeks of your Dolomites adventure. Bolzano, Cortina d'Ampezzo, Alta Badia, the villages of Val Gardena. We've packed a lot in.
And that's just the beginning.
Stay tuned, because next we're going to explore some hidden gems, the ones you won't find in the guidebooks. Local secrets, breathtaking views, maybe even a few surprises.
Can't wait.
You won't want to miss it. We're back, ready for more Dolomites. Now, I have to ask, 2 weeks in the mountains. Won't we get tired of all that fresh air and amazing scenery?
That's the thing about the Dolomites. There's so much variety. You could spend months exploring and still find something new every day.
Okay, you've got my attention. What hidden gems are we uncovering next?
Well, remember those days we set aside in Bolzano, 13 and 14? We're going to use those to get off the beaten path a bit, explore some lesser-known spots. They'll blow your mind.
I am ready. Lead the way.
Let's start with a secret even some seasoned Dolomites travelers don't know about. The Alpe di Susi.
Alpe di what now?
Alpe di Susi, Europe's largest high-altitude alpine meadow.
Oh, whoa, back up. Did you say largest high-altitude alpine meadow?
That's right.
I'm picturing these endless fields of wildflowers, rolling hills, the Dolomites in the distance. Am I close?
You're spot on, like something out of The Sound of Music. But here's the thing, it's car-free. So you explore on foot, by bike, even on horseback, surrounded by pure nature.
That sounds incredible. What kind of adventures await us there?
Well, for hikers, there are trails for everyone. Easy strolls, challenging climbs. For those who prefer 2 wheels, there are biking paths that wind through forests, along rivers, all with those panoramic views.
And the views, I bet
They're beyond just. You have the Sassalungo and Sassopiato Mountains right there, these jagged peaks. And in spring and summer, oh, the wildflowers. It's like a painting come to life.
Okay, Alpe di Susi is officially on the list, but you said horseback riding. Now, I'm not exactly an equestrian.
No problem. Plenty of options for beginners. Guided rides that take you through the most scenic parts. A whole new way to experience the Dolomites.
I love that. Speaking of which, all this exploring makes me hungry. What kind of culinary delights are there in this hidden gem?
You'll find these charming mountain huts and restaurants dotted around, perfect for savoring some traditional Tyrolean cuisine. Think hearty soups, dumplings, speck that smoked ham, and amazing cheeses, all local, of course.
Music to my ears. So, after exploring Alpe di Siusi, we can cozy up in a mountain hut, enjoy some amazing food, soak in the views.
Doesn't get much better than that. And speaking of perfect endings, remember those castles near Bolzano we talked about? Castel Roncolo and Castel Fermiano? For a truly unforgettable experience, I recommend heading back to Castel Roncolo for a sunset tour.
A sunset tour of a medieval castle.
It's more than just a tour. Imagine watching the sun go down, painting the Dolomites and Bolzano below in this golden light. It's something else.
Wow. You said Castel Roncolo, right? Why not Fermiano for the sunset?
Well, Roncolo is known for its fresco cycles, scenes of courtly life, hunting, all that. And the sunset, it just illuminates these frescoes, brings them to life in a way you wouldn't see during the day.
So it's not just the view, but seeing these historical artworks in a new light, literally.
Exactly. Adds another layer to the experience.
I'm sold on the Castel Roncolo sunset tour. Perfect way to end our time in the Bolzano area. But we still have 2 days to fill. What other hidden gems are you hiding?
Since we're all about going off the beaten path, let's head to Val di Funes for day 15. It's a lesser-known valley just north of Bolzano, known for its picturesque villages, lush meadows, and incredible views of the Odal mountain group.
Hold on. Odal Mountain Group. Are those the ones with those dramatic peaks? The ones that look like they belong in a fantasy movie?
Those are the ones, the Odal group, they're just awe-inspiring. They dominate the Val di Funes landscape, and the best part, it's way less crowded than some of the more popular spots in the Dolomites, so you can really escape, reconnect with nature.
I can already picture myself wandering through those meadows, gazing at those peaks, breathing in that fresh mountain air. Sounds perfect.
It is. And if you're up for it, you can hike the Adolf Munkel Trail. Amazing views of the Odal group. A bit of a challenge, but worth it.
I'm always up for a challenge, especially with views like that. But what about those who prefer a more relaxed pace?
Val di Funes has something for everyone. You can explore the villages, Santa Maddalena, San Pietro, traditional architecture, cozy cafes, or just relax in a meadow, have a picnic, take it all in.
Now that's my kind of paradise. But you know me, I can't resist a good food recommendation. What are some must-try dishes in Val di Funes?
Well, you're in South Tyrol, so you have to try Turtlin.
Turtlin.
It's a traditional flatbread filled with all sorts of savory goodness. Spinach, ricotta, sauerkraut. Keeps you going on your explorations. And for something sweet, you can't go wrong with Strauben. Crispy like funnel cake, dusted with powdered sugar. Find them at local festivals and markets you won't be able to resist.
Okay, Turtlin and Strauben added to the list. But after all this exploring amazing food, breathtaking views, how do we even say goodbye to the Dolomites?
It's tough saying goodbye to a place as special as the Dolomites, but the memories, the views, the experiences, they stay with you. Who knows, maybe you'll even find yourself drawn back to these mountains someday.
I think you might be right about that. But before we wrap up this part of our Dolomites deep dive, any advice for someone venturing off the beaten path in this region?
Do your research. It's great to be spontaneous, but some of these areas need a little more planning. Check the trails, pack the right gear, and make sure you have a good map or GPS. And don't be afraid to talk to the locals. They often know the best-kept secrets.
Excellent advice. Okay, we've added Alpe di Siusi, a sunset tour of Castel Roncolo, and the beauty of Val di Funes to our itinerary. We're back for the final part of our Dolomites deep dive, and I'm feeling a little bittersweet, you know?
Yeah, I get it.
On one hand, I'm excited for this last hidden gem you've got for us.
Oh, you'll love it.
But on the other hand, I don't really want to say goodbye to these mountains just yet.
I hear you. The Dolomites, they get under your skin, but trust me, this last stop will be unforgettable. We're going somewhere off the beaten path, a place where you can escape the crowds, really reconnect with nature.
Now you're talking. Less crowds, more nature, I'm all in. We're going.
Get ready for the Parco Naturale Paneveggio Pale di San Martino.
Paneveggio Pale di San Martino. Wow, that's a mouthful, but it sounds intriguing. What makes it so special?
It's one of the largest protected areas in the Dolomites, known for its incredible diversity. Soaring peaks, dense forests, crystal clear lakes, and a sense of tranquility that's hard to find in busier spots.
Okay, I'm picturing huge limestone cliffs, forests smelling like pine needles, maybe a hidden waterfall or two. Am I on the right track?
You're getting there. One of the highlights is the Palle di San Martino mountain group. These peaks are some of the most dramatic in the Dolomites. Breathtaking views everywhere you look.
Okay, the Palle di San Martino Mountains are on the list, but what kind of adventures await us in this natural wonderland?
Well, for starters, hiking. And I'm not talking about a walk in the park. These hikes, they'll challenge you, they'll reward you, and they'll leave you in awe of nature's power.
Challenge accepted. But give me specifics. What are some must-do hikes in the Parco Naturale Paneveggio Palle di San Martino?
One of my favorites is the hike to the top of Cima Vezzana.
Cima o now?
Cima Vezzana, it's the highest peak in the Palle di San Martino group.
Oh, wow.
It's tough, but the views from the top, let's just say, you won't regret it.
Okay, summiting the highest peak, that sounds epic. But you know, there are those of us, myself included, who might prefer a slightly less vertical adventure.
Of course. For something a little more gentle, there's a hike to Lago di Caleta. It's a stunning alpine lake right at the foot of the Palle di San Martino. A pretty easy hike. And the lake, oh, it's the perfect place for a picnic or just to relax and enjoy the quiet.
Tranquil alpine lake. Now that sounds like my speed. But what about our friends who like to explore on two wheels? Any epic mountain biking trails there?
Oh, yeah, tons. The Parco Naturale Paneveggio Palle di San Martino, it's a mountain biker's dream. Trails for all levels, easy forest paths, and some seriously challenging downhill runs.
So we've got hiking, biking, but what about those of us who, well, just want to be in nature?
This park is also perfect for that. Just wander through forests, meadows, along rivers, take in the fresh air, listen to the sounds of nature.
You know, I can just picture myself by a stream somewhere, listening to the birds, breathing in that fresh mountain air. Sounds so relaxing.
It is, and if you're lucky, you might see some wildlife. The park is home to deer, marmots, eagles. You might even spot a lynx.
A lynx in the wild.
You never know.
That would be incredible. But you know, all this exploring, it makes me hungry. What kind of culinary delights await us in this park?
Get ready for some hearty mountain cuisine. Rustic dishes, things like polenta, venison stew, speck, all made with fresh local ingredients.
You had me at venison stew. Tell me more about these local ingredients. What makes them so special?
Well, a lot of it is sourced right from the park, so you know it's fresh and authentic, and there's a real focus on sustainability and traditional cooking methods.
So we're not just eating well, we're supporting those local farmers and producers who are committed to protecting this beautiful place.
Exactly. And after a long day exploring, what's better than cozying up in a traditional mountain hut, having a great meal, swapping stories with other adventurers?
That sounds like a perfect evening to me. Now, you mentioned something earlier that piqued my interest, the Foresta dei Violini, the Forest of Violins. Tell me more. What's so special about this forest?
It's a magical place. The Foresta dei Violini, it's full of Norway spruce trees, and these trees, they're known for their amazing resonance. For centuries, people have used them to make some of the best violins in the world. Stradivarius violins, even.
Hold on. Some of the most famous violins were made with wood from this forest.
That's right.
That is incredible.
Imagine walking through that forest, knowing that the trees around you could become these instruments, creating beautiful music. You can almost hear the music in the wind.
That is the most poetic thing I've ever heard about a forest. Okay, the Foresta dei Violini is on the list. What's the best way to experience it? Is there a specific trail or a lookout point?
There's a lovely trail that goes right through the heart of the forest. You'll see these towering trees, get glimpses of the mountains. It's a peaceful walk, the perfect way to appreciate this special place.
Sounds perfect. But after all these adventures, these hidden gems, these experiences, how do we even say goodbye to the Dolomites?
It's never easy saying goodbye to a place as special as this. But the memories you've made, the views you've seen, the experiences you've had, they'll stick with you. And who knows, maybe someday you'll find yourself back in these mountains.
I have a feeling you might be right. But before we officially wrap up this Dolomites deep dive, what's one piece of advice for someone planning their first trip?
Embrace the unexpected. The Dolomites are full of surprises. Hidden trails, charming villages, friendly locals. Don't be afraid to explore, try new things, and let the magic of the Dolomites unfold.
Beautiful, and such good advice. So there you have it. From the famous Tre Cime di Lavaredo to the hidden gems of the Parco Naturale Paneveggio Palle di San Martino, we've covered so much ground in this Dolomites deep dive. This is a place that will stay with you, I guarantee it.
So what are you waiting for? Start planning your Dolomites adventure today.
Ciao for now, and happy travels.